see as many plays as you can, read as many plays as you can, and know that art and art making is a lifelong practice. I'm Stephanie Hunt, and I'm a lecturer in the TAPS department, specializing in acting and in voice. I went to San Francisco State in San Francisco, and I started out as an English major and got sucked into the theater building. And we did shows in what was called Brown Bag. We put on a show a week. We were in companies. You could direct, you could act, you could design. It was a very exciting time to be at San Francisco State because it was very political. So a lot of our theater was informed by the politics that was talked about in the quad, where there were speakers and protesters. I learned a lot there. When I first got out of San Francisco State, I did a lot of new plays, and I worked in the warehouse district in South of Market, and working with playwrights who would direct their own work. We were very edgy, and we would do this really exciting material and for very cheap. I also did improv. I learned so much doing improv about being in the moment, about having fun, about accepting what's happening right in front of you, about preparation and story building. To this day, it's one of my favorite experiences, even though I do scripted material now. I realized I needed more training. I wanted to do Shakespeare, and I wanted to go to the next step in my development as an artist. So I went to ACT and I got my master's of fine art. And after I got out of ACT, some old friends of mine invited me to be in a show called East by Stephen Berkoff. He's a British playwright. And it was really grassroots. It was really rough and tumble. We didn't know. We thought we'd be lucky if 50 people came to see the show, and it was going to run for 3 weeks. Turns out that opening night, a producer came to see the show. Then we got picked up and we went to the Magic Theater, and then we went from there and we performed at La Mama in New York City. I mean, I guess the message of that is that, you never know who's going to come to see a show. You want to bring your best game. It matters no matter where you're performing. It doesn't matter if you're in a garage or if you're on Broadway. You want to be your best. What I realize that I'm excited about as a teacher of acting, a teacher of voice, is how language affects experience and how our experience affects language. And that could be you as an actor speaking, improvising, or picking up a piece of text, whether it's Shakespeare, whether it's a poem, whether it's a new play, or whether you're adapting a novel or a short story, and making it live inside of you so that the audience believes that you experienced it. So they experience your experience through the language. I keep on coming back to what excites me the most about theater is great writing and a really terrific ensemble. So it's what happens between people on stage and between the actor and the audience. It's a kind of chemistry, it's ephemeral, but you can get there through practice, through work, through physical work, through studying the text, through exploration, play, through warming up well, through trusting and working with an ensemble over time. What I really hope for the Stanford student, the acting student, is to be willing to try different things, to experiment, to play, to be willing to try something and not know where it's going to go. Try Shakespeare. Try working with the improv group. Try trying out for something that you don't know what it is and you don't know how it's going to end up. And follow your curiosity. And it's okay if it's fun. And it's okay if you don't get it the first time and you have to experiment and practice and learn from each other, be adventurous and make mistakes. Sometimes that's where the richest work happens.